What are the 7 money mistakes Taurus makes? And it's interesting because Taurus isn't a sign that makes a lot of money mistakes, but they still make 7. And you need to listen to this if you're a Taurus. Number 1, not understanding the high level money system. Why is it important for Taurus to understand the money system, the high level one, not the lower level, not, council tax and saving this and doing that, and I mean, council tax is in England, but not little things like how to save like £10 on this or how to save £5 on that. This is what they're good at naturally. Taurus can do that. Taurus know where to spend their money and how to utilize their money in the small echelons of things. I'm talking about the understanding the high level money system, the financial system, how the you know, financial banks work, how insurance, high level insurance, and the treasury, or in America would be the Federal Reserve, why they do things, how they do things, how they utilize money, how interest works with properties and everything that affects everybody in the entire country and everything like that. Understanding the high level money system, understanding everything that's the upper echelons of money. Because when Taurus starts studying this side of things, when Taurus starts knowing this side of money, they truly don't make any sort of mistake with money. This is the key aspect, and they need to incorporate this understanding and need to listen to certain people or study certain things that are the high level financial system. Number 2, complaining about money. Now, Tauruses, because they love money so much, even if they have money, they'll still complain about money. Even if they have a lot of money, they'll still complain they don't have enough money. Now, sometimes it might help them just be more, selective with their money. Maybe they're doing it to like kind of say to themselves, you don't have money, don't spend it on this, that, and that, because they're very good with money. But don't complain about it. Don't moan to people that you have money, because you're still exuding an energy that's saying that I don't have money. Don't say you don't have money. Maybe you just want more money, or maybe you want to have something that you want to have, and then actually focus on the positive of money. Focus on utilizing money in a positive way. You guys, Taurus, know how to invest. You're very smart when it comes to money. So just don't bring negative energy when you're talking about money, because sometimes you guys do that, and you do that just to kind of control your own spending. Number 3, scared to increase lifestyle. Taurus, like I said, they don't like to spend. If they have a certain amount that they save or whatever it may be for whatever they're trying to do, but sometimes they're scared to increase their lifestyle. And don't get me wrong, they like to have the things they like. They love possessions. They always, all Tauruses do have you know, they have their nice car, maybe their nice house or whatever, or their nice flat, or their nice phone, or they're gonna have a few nice things. There's not, that's what they're on. They need that for their own kind of ego, because your sun sign is your ego, and Taurus need possessions. So it's not a bad thing to have it, but they are scared sometimes to go even bigger. And because when you go even bigger, obviously you're forced to kind of do more and be more and become more. And Taurus are scared to do that. They'd rather stay in their level and in their lane. So they have to remove that fear of trying to increase their lifestyle, because what will really actually push them to be better is when they increase their lifestyle. That will push them. So they need to increase it slowly. Taurus like to move slowly, but always try to increase it nevertheless. Never just try to stay in the same level. Always slowly increase, and then you're going to see how the mistakes you make with money aren't going to be there, because you're going to have to find ways to increase and push yourself, because you guys can be very consistent, and especially when it comes to money, making money. Using more negotiation skills. A Taurus is, can be quite stubborn. And the negotiation in life, I think everything can be negotiated. You can negotiate the time you spend, you can negotiate with your partner, you can negotiate with your friends, you can negotiate with your manager, you can negotiate with your client, you can negotiate with your business partner, you can negotiate with someone that you're trying to buy something of, etc., etc. And Taurus need to use more negotiation skills. Always. You guys understand money so good, so well, and you understand value as well. Your one of your skill sets is understanding value. So always negotiate. Utilize your words more often when you feel like you can get something from it. When you feel like you can get maybe a discount, maybe I'm talking about even even when it's not to do with money. Just practice negotiating all the time. And then when it comes to money, it's gonna just come natural to you because you need to increase your negotiation skills because of your value of money. It really will push you to the next level in terms of you're making money, and that's a mistake that you're not using it enough. Risk taking. Now, this is an interesting one because Taurus is not the biggest risk taker out there, but it's a situation with Taurus that they need to kind of not be completely risk averse. Like it doesn't. Everything in life has to have an element of risk. Has to have an element of risk. Everything that is worth achieving has to have an element of risk. And as a Taurus, yes, you can negate all the risks around what you're trying to achieve. Yes, you can try and find ways to make sure that your risk is less risky, of course, but still take the risk, still go for it, still try, because that risk is going to teach you something, and that risk could potentially make you more money. Because you have to understand one thing and one thing only. Even when you lose, you win. And people don't want to understand that or want to accept that. But the next one is actually going to explain it. So, so when I said you'll lose your win with risk taking, because you're going to gain new experiences to develop yourself. This is the key. And sometimes Taurus avoid these experiences because they're scared of the risk. But when you take that risk, you get new experiences and you become a more developed person in terms of money. Sometimes even when you lose money, you actually have more opportunity to gain more because you've learned so much through that loss. That loss has taught you so many different things that you would never thought, and you actually become more confident when you take the next step. Some people like to, go back into their safety zone and safety net once they take a risk. And that's not the way to operate, because then you're actually going to become even more frustrated because you already know what's out there and you decided to avoid what's out there. You've avoided it. But if you don't know, people that don't know what's out there, I understand that they're maybe not trying to do X, Y, and Z because they don't really understand. But if you've understood, then you have to go through the next stage of pushing again. And as a Taurus, once you develop those new experiences, you must continue to go forward. Don't try and stand still and play safe. Don't. You will become a more developed person, and you'll see how, because you guys are so strong in terms of the money, that you'll make a decision that it's so good just based on that new development that you've done through the experiences. And it's money IQ, or not knowing you have money IQ. Not knowing your money IQ, not knowing how good you are at understanding money, because you don't, like, if it's like, how can I put it? I know you guys understand, like, money, you like possessions. I know that is something that you understand about yourself innately, but you don't understand that you actually have this money IQ that is like ahead of most people naturally. It's a natural skill set that you naturally have, and Not knowing you have money IQ will actually resist you from taking risks and doing new experiences, develop yourself, you know, using your negotiation skills. It makes you scared to increase your life because you don't know that you have money IQ. Because when you increase your life, you'll be like, I don't know if I can make the money to do it. But if you utilize your money IQ, then you will know you have money to increase your life. Complaining about money, that's a different thing. But you know, and not understanding the high level money system. The money. If you understand the high level money system, your money IQ will increase tenfold, in my opinion, tenfold. You know, this is something that Taurus have to incorporate in their life. All these things, because it's mistakes they're actually making, and they're not actually making mistakes spending money. It's making mistakes about certain aspects of their mentality. And when they input these aspects of their mentality into their life, there's no way that they can't increase their money. There's no way that they're gonna make more mistakes with money. There's no way. Yes, not everybody's perfect. Yes, not everything works out. But with the new experiences, develop yourself. You're just gonna increase your money IQ, and that money IQ is just gonna go through the roof, and then you're gonna have no choice but to make even more money. So therefore, you don't make mistakes. And even if you do make a mistake with money, that's not gonna affect you because you have so much money that you're making. It's that simple. So this is what Taurus need to do. 7 things that Taurus need to do to develop their money making self and stop making the mistakes of ignoring these things that they can do or they can achieve. And if you want to book a reading, birth chart reading, go onto my TikTok page and click the link to my website. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, the link is on my YouTube page. Have a great day.